okay, you're gonna have to buy some more, okay? You're gonna lose all your signs. They're gonna be gone. If people will pick them up, oh, that's illegal. People will come pick them up and take them away. Some kid will be walking down the street and kick one over. A bum will use one to say, we'll work for food, we'll work for beer, yeah.
That's a resourceful bird dog. I might
you're going to lose your signs. I mean, if you buy signs, you're going to lose them. Newspaper ads, they last.
What do you mean by newspaper ads?
A classified ad. I buy houses. You know, I'll buy any house, any condition, no equities, no problem. You know,
and time out. What's everybody's judgment on that? Oh, that shit doesn't work. I see that everywhere. There's too many of those. What happens when you put that on the paper?
People come.
The phone freaking rings off the hook. There's a reason that shit happens. It rings the phone. Your judgment on whether stuff works is small play. Do you always run that ad? Do what's been proven.
I don't always run it, but when I have run it, I get results, and I've bought a few houses that way.
So you're not running all those systems simultaneously?
Not right now, no. Guys,
could you? It's all relative to what you know, what you have time for, and what your resources.
If you have the resources to do it, I would do it. And I would find somebody to put out my signs for me, and then just drive around and make sure that they did it. You know what I'm saying? So
they don't get automatically logged?
No, really. Yeah, you pay somebody to put out your signs or your flyers for you. Oh, flyers.
So David's got about 10 more minutes. Let's let him just chop through this, and then we're going to get on the phone.
You pay somebody to put out your signs or your flyers for you, and they end up in the trash. Ask me how I know. That's right. Okay, so your message, okay, I buy houses for signs. Okay, one of the best things to do is to make phone calls. Phone calls are what for?
Our favorite four-letter F word.
They're what for? For free. Phone calls are for free, okay? Take time every day out of your schedule, call ads on Craigslist, okay? Some of the Craigslist, I do Craigslist searches.
Okay? We're showing that. We'll actually show.
Okay. Do you have it?
Craigslist?
Yeah, no, the little list of searches that I do.
Oh, no.
Okay. The things that I search specific words on Craigslist. Like
I've covered it with it, but I don't have it.
Motivated. Okay. Like
Must sell.
ASAP, as soon as possible. Out of state. Illness. Relocation. Relocating. Takeover payments. I'll look for areas of pain. Looking for areas of pain where people need to get rid of a problem.
When you say you're actually searching, you're actually going to Craigslist.
We're going to show you.
Pulling ads up and looking for those.
We're going to show you in just a minute what we mean.
Okay. And just so you guys know, here's a little nugget. Okay. There's actual programs on the internet that are Craigslist scrapers, and they'll scrape phone numbers and email addresses off of Craigslist. Okay? And if you could email somebody and say, hey, emailing you about your property on Craigslist, if it's still available, could you call me back? I'm interested in talking about it. Just a little quick email. You don't want to email to the addresses that have the email addresses that have the Craigslist email address because those will block you after a while. If you email to like 2 or 3 of them, I don't know how many, but they'll block you. But only email to the original email address. So you can use a scrubber. There's scrubber programs that will select different areas in Craigslist.
I'm going to suggest that for this group, that's a shiny object. Don't chase it.
It is a shiny object.
We need to get on the phone, dial the number. I'm not being right. I'm being real specific. And dial the freaking number. And get on the phone. Because scrapers and scrubbing, unless you're advanced, unless you already know what you're doing, it's a shiny object.
This is a time-saving system because it'll take phone numbers too, and there's another program called Phone Burner.
Yeah.
And it's specifically used for cold calling and for and it'll call these numbers for you, and it'll just through those numbers real quickly. You'll still have to talk to people, but if you get a voicemail, it'll just leave a voicemail real quick. So those are some phone tips.
There's thousands of them. It's just a dialing system.
It's called a predictive dialer.
Yeah. So it is a shiny object. get good at your trade. Get good at talking to people. Do you want me to go over about talking to people real quick?
Yes, that's very important.
Some tools that I use for talking to people, okay? I'm trying to figure out, is there somebody that I want to talk to, or do I want to go on to the next one, okay? So I'm looking for their motivation. I'll ask them to tell me about their property. And then once they get into the property, maybe this is too long-winded, it has its square feet, and it has tile, and it's pretty, and carpet, and drapes, and I really don't care, to be honest with you. After all that, I'll say, you know what? That sounds like a really nice property. Why are you letting it go? I'm trying to get to why are they selling. If they're not telling me why they're selling, if they're not telling me why they're letting it go, I'll ask into more detail. I'll just flat out ask them if I'm having a tough time for them to tell me why they're selling. I'll say, why are you selling? And so if they tell me why they're selling, a lot of times they'll just flat out tell you. Then you can get kind of to the heart of, is this a truly motivated seller, or is it somebody that I just want to go on to the next one? JD, you have something next.
Well, you know what I want to share is, when I'm on the phone, there's a lot of techniques, there's a lot of approaches you can have on the phone. My objective, though, again, I go to my why. I want to get an appointment. I want to get to your kitchen table. That's what I want to do. I want to get to your house. There's a certain disposition a person has at their kitchen table that they don't have on the phone. And I want to get to where I can see you, where I can see the property, see you in your environment. And oftentimes I find that we can get to the truth more readily when I'm sitting down and talking with you, because I'm looking in your eye and I'm seeing somewhere that there's some pain. I'm seeing, you're not telling me yet, you're not telling me your story, but I can see there's some pain there. Even in some of the hang-ups, when we get calls in, I get people to hang up, hey, I've gotten your letter twice, don't call me back, I hate your guts. I don't spend 50% of my time on them, but I call them back. I just sat down with a lady, I called back, hey, I want to apologize for sending that mail to you, and just had the conversation. There was some reason why we sent that mail to you. Do you have a house that you're interested in selling? Do you own a property? Started the conversation. And that conversation wound up at her kitchen table. Hey, I'm going through a legal separation. I want to keep my kids in the house. And this was a woman who called. There's a reason she called back. You don't go through the energy to call me back and cuss me out unless there's some pain somewhere, right? So I took that time to call her back, set her at ease with an apology, disarmed her, wound up at the kitchen table. Now all of a sudden, hey, does that option sound good for you? Yeah, we'll help you out. And now it's from an opportunity to a deal. So that's part of my approach is how do I get to that point.
The thing that creates that space, though, is tons of calls. Time on task over time. You got to master talking to people to be able to be willing to call them back when they're mad so that you can diffuse it and get to an appointment. It takes time. And that's why the phone is your best option if you're a beginner, because it's free and it's available and everybody has it. And there's no excuse that, oh, I didn't have enough time. Oh, I didn't have enough money. Right? Dial for dollars. Go ahead.
And this person called JD after he marketed to them. Okay? So what I'm talking about in my weeding somebody out and figuring out the why, I don't want to go to everybody's kitchen table. Because people will tell you, come look. No bullshit, I'm not coming and looking. You tell me what's going on. You know what I mean? You don't want to go to everybody's kitchen table because people will tell you, make me an offer, you come check it out, you tell me what you, no bullshit, you tell me what's going on with you, or I'm not interested.
That's right.
And it took you a few years to learn that, right?
Yeah, I mean, after a while you're spinning your wheels, and all you're doing is just going to appointments, and you're not producing any results.
Guys, I wouldn't believe, and I'm just having fun with David here, how many times he'd go, hey, dude, are we going to go see that property? And I go, the one on 67th Avenue in Peoria? No. What? Go enjoy yourself. That's a Saturday. I'd rather watch Texas football. So because in Phoenix, if you go across to the west side, it's an hour there.
And an hour back.
It's wasted time going, look at this great property that you don't want to buy. And then an hour back, and that's 3 quarters of the Texas football game.
You wind up headed to Los Angeles, right, from where we are. And I'm talking about true funnel your way to the appointment. Don't go just because they say come over. You find out, like I said, through some of these other strategies, some of these other conversations,
whether it's worth driving to 143rd Avenue, which is far from where I live. So you have to actually find out that it's worth it. You know,
But it's a learning process, and it starts on the phone. Let's hold the questions because we need to get on the phone. So, David, you got any more thoughts?
Ask them why they're selling. Ask them if they have a deadline. Ask them what they're trying to accomplish through their selling of their real estate. And those are some types of questions that will help you to get to the why they're selling.
Okay, so let's just jump on and guys, just be with and suspend your need to have logic here and just be with. Just watch it, okay? Don't try to understand everything. We're going to Craigslist. Yes, it's Vegas.